welcome. Thanks for joining us. We've got the deciding Game 7 of the World Series. It's Salt Lake City taking on Orlando. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Chambi. What a memorable World Series this has been, and the entire season comes down to this. Game 7, Chris.
Yeah, this has been the World Series we were all hoping for, Boo. Back and forth. Neither team giving an inch, even when it looks like their season's about to come to an end. This has been fantastic stuff, and I'm excited for us and for all of you out there to see how this unfolds.
Every broadcaster's dream, Singy, calling Game 7 of the World Series. I'm excited to do it with you. And we'll be back for the first pitch right after this. Just about set to go now. And towing the slab in this one, Alberto Colon.
This guy has a ton of respect from his own teammates, Boo. He's the type of guy, if he's not having a good day, he'll go out there and just wear it. No matter what happens, his starts tend to be less demanding on the bullpen.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Reggie Morris. And that's through there for a strike. And here we are. Game 7 is underway.
Having a hard time catching up.
Right back to him on the mound. One up, one down. Let's take a look at our lineup. Singy, this righty-heavy lineup is a bit unusual against a right-handed pitcher.
Yeah, Boog, certainly bucks the old conventional wisdom, and I'm not sure I see the vision from the manager on this one. You're not exactly putting your players in the best situation.
One of the guys that they need to come through with a big performance.
Yeah, and when you come into this situation, there's some pressure there. His teammates are looking.
That ends the inning, so we take a break. Middle of the first, no score after a half inning. And we're back. And on the hill, Andres Francisco. What should we keep an eye on here?
He's someone you can rely on to provide quality innings in almost every one of his starts, Boog. He knows how to command the mound. His stuff is good, and sometimes it's even better than good. If he gets off to a fast start, look out. It could be a tough day for this lineup.
Bottom of the first, and stepping in is the speedy Chad Casey. Late swing fouled off. And he grounds one to the right side. Takatsu steps on the bag, one up, one down. All right, let's take a look at the lineup. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, and they understand what the job is at hand.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single. Pickoff move to first. Tag, and he's picked off.
So much for the first hit right there. Good move, and he had him leaning all the way. Situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
On the ground right side, he takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Scoreless after one. Definitely one of the best arms of the sport. Colon back to work. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy. Didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep took the barrel right to it and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit. Track if he has to.
That's a good at-bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk. In second, no outs. Here in Game 7 of the World Series. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Pretty well struck. And it's off the top of the wall. Coming home. The relay. The tag, and he's out.
I don't think he got a great read and or jump as he was trying to score from second on that one. Nice execution by the defense. Come up throwing, hit the relay man, and then onto the plate. Beautiful example of a well-executed play. He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
On the ground to short could be two. To second, that's one. And that's two.
They made it look easy, but it started with a nice feed to the second baseman from the shortstop. Perfect turn, and they're out of this jam.
Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That's going back. Back some more. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. Some of the most dramatic moments in baseball history have come in Game 7 of the World Series. There. 1 out, bases empty. Swung on, belted. That's back there. And that one is out of here. A solo shot. He's up to 3 home runs in the series. It's 1-0. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
High chopper to third. Fires over to first. They don't come much closer than that. Bang, bang play to end the inning. But they're off to a good start as they pick up a run on this solo shot. It's now 1-0. You're watching the World Series on the show. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. That one back there. Tattooed and gone. And it ties it up. It's 1-1.
That's a game changer right there. A big time swing, and we're all tied up. Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
Short hop liner, handled it short to first, and that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing
0 for 1. Slashes this one, and it could be trouble. Around first and hustling for second.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. So much of good hitting is finding holes in the defense. That's why you're always thinking line drive into the gap. Those kinds of swings really boost your confidence. That to right. Patton.
He makes the grab, and that'll do it. One scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. All even now at 1-1. This is the World Series on the show. And there's a rocket into the outfield. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
First with no outs here. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Pulled the string on the changeup. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Ball misses. Throws. Save!
When your catcher's not a great player, you have to do a better job of controlling the running game. And that's throwing over, that's stepping off, doing whatever you can to try to keep that base stealer's rhythm off. Well, they weren't able to do it right there. They're going to have to make some type of adjustment. Our players are going to be running all game.
One out, the runner at second here in the last half of the third. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Headed for the plate. The throw in. Save! In comes the run from second. It's 2-1.
Comes through with the RBI. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team to bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Runner takes off. Pitch in for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
When your catcher's not a great player, you have to do a better job of controlling the running game. And that's throwing over, that's stepping off, doing whatever you can to try to keep that base stealer's rhythm off. Well,
and down on strikes he goes. And that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. A run on 2 hits, and they leave 1. On to inning number 4. The Guardians have the advantage, 2-1. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
That's back-to-back singles for him. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Vince Dunlap getting ready to hit. Worked a walk at his first trip to the plate. This one belted. Deep left field. On its way. Gone! And they jump ahead in the 4th. It's 3-2. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing. Pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate. You may just have to be patient and take your walk here.
Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they tack on to their lead. It's 4-2. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
2 out, space is empty. And he chases that one. That's out number 3. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 4-2.
After seeing the changeup, see if he can elevate one. I think if he does, he'll get the swing and miss.
Got him looking. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. Up the middle. Oh, great stop. Throws from his knees. He is safe, and that was bang, bang at first.
Wow, he did everything he could on that play with the throw from his knee, but the hustle down the line was enough to earn him the infield knock, and that's a great baseball play all the way around. Love it. He's not going to swing that early in the count.
Line drive. That's a hit. The throw into second, and that's the second out of the inning on the force play.
Wow, this is one of those plays that happens sometimes, but it never really should. Seems like he just got a bad read on the ball, and the good throw from the outfield was perfect to get the out.
On the ground right side, Samuel. And that ends the inning.
Swings they're taking. We've heard lots of loud noise coming from their bats in this one, haven't we? I mean, they've logged 6 hits at
dives, but it kicks off his glove. No throw, and they catch a break as they get a base runner at first. So a man at first. Cy Studer, the next to hit, 1 for 2. That one ripped right center field. Back there. Out of here. A 2-run shot, his second homer this series, and they boost their lead. It's 6-2. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. That's as big as it gets right there. You take advantage of a mistake. That is an ultimate, here it is, watch it, I'm going to jog around the bases.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Alberto Colon won't go any further, and the home run really bit him today as he exits on the hook for the loss. New arm coming on after the break.
Of setting him up by throwing the curveball, add some velocity to it on the next pitch, can't catch up.
Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. That one ripped. Going back. Makes the catch on the edge of the track. Runner tags at second. And he moves up 90 feet. Runners at the corners now. 1 away. Cut on and missed. Curveball struck him out.
Oh, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate.
On the ground. A dive. Nice stop. From his knees, the throw. On the money. Nice play.
That was a great job of doing the math. He had the perfect angle. Diving stop completes the play. And that ends the inning.
That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Now back,
Ashton Patton will hit next. Runner on the move. Pitching for a strike. And safe. It's a stolen base. was close, but StatCast shows us why he so often seems to be on the safe side of these steal attempts, Chris.
Yeah, you see that plus speed hit to one field, then you're really not going to be able to come through in clutch situations because pitchers are going to adjust. But because he's able to use the entire field.
Oh, that got him. He had 2 strikes on him. 2 aboard, 2 outs. Laser could be trouble. Coming home. 1 run is in. Coming home. Now a relay to the plate. He's safe as he gets his hand in. And it's now a 2-run game.
Nicely done. Brings home 2. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle. Allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer. And he hit the ball on the screws.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Andres Francisco is done. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher. Two outs. Now a screamer into the outfield. Nabs it, and that will end the inning. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. It's a 2-run lead now at 6-4. The bases, despite the fact that he didn't play a ton of baseball as a kid, the 3-2 is outside and it's ball 4.
Pretty good spot on the outside, but just couldn't quite clip the zone. That's a stone-cold take.
Reggie Morris getting ready to hit. 1 for 3. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Safe at second, and that was not close.
Take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field and makes the grab, and that'll do it. So it's no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left. To the bottom of the 6th inning. The Mustangs out front, 6-4. Bottom of the 6th. So what are the skills you look for that make a really good defensive third baseman that elite? Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. He goes down looking.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's...
This to third, Bradley. Now he launches a throw over his head, and it's going to wind up out of play.
Well, he just tried to force a play that wasn't there. Ends up a single and a throwing error, so now they have to deal with a runner in scoring position. You know, good communication on the field can make a big difference on a play like that.
Now at the plate, Gary Takatsu. Line drive, base hit. Dunlap around third. He'll score easily, and it's an RBI single, and they take a 3-run lead. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
Caught him looking for the K. Here in the late stages of Game 7. On the ground to the left. And that's a fair ball. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw in. Throw is offline, and he's got a double.
Oh, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. Pretty tough for the infielder to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that. Really important at bat coming up now.
Drive, base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and now just a 2-run deficit.
Well done. Drives in the run. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
The tying run at the plate. And that's a stolen base, not even close. And misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, one of the things that hitters will do is they'll look for that red dot on the baseball as it's coming in to let them know what the pitch is. And if they see the red dot, it's typically a slider. But when a guy's got a really tight one with high spin rates, very difficult to determine.
Popped up left side. Morris drops into the glove. That is the inning. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now 7-5. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. And down on strikes. And there's one away. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your bullpen arm.
Down, nobody on. You're in Game 7 of the World Series. That one is absolutely belted. That's bad. Gone. He circles the bases. It's 7-6. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
There you go. And the tying run is on base.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to lead.
Sizzling on its way to the outfield. And now first and second with 2 outs.
Really nice job of 2-strike hitting in that at bat. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play. A chance now to even the score and maybe extend this game.
So both runners should be on the move here on the full count pitch.
Yeah, this is a good chance to tie up this ball game. See if you can find some open grass in the outfield.
Hit in the air, center field. Callahan settles under it. And that will end the inning. But not before they're able to draw closer with this blast. And this is now a 7-6 ball game.
When I come out, they run out. I'll be working that stage to the sun out.
Out towards right center. That's well struck. This one looks like trouble. Around first, heading for 2. Now around second, going for third. The relay throw. Not in time. He's safe.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Challenged him with the fastball right in the heart of the zone, and he was clearly ready to jump all over it.
One-run game here in the top of the 9th. Swing, and this one's bounced to the ground. 2 away. The injury replacement needed at third. Pinch running here, Johnny Schofield. On the ground, right side. Slings to first, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We head now to the bottom of the 9th. The Mustangs with the lead, 7-6. One-run game, bottom 9. Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out.
Well, that high four-seam fastball has become such a staple as a strikeout pitch over the years. And what's so tough as a hitter is that you see it extremely well. The problem is the velocity and spin situation. One swing, you can tie up the ball game. But if you're patient and work a walk, then you bring the game-winning run to the plate.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Now only 1 out remaining.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Ray Barnes. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. Lifted to left, and this should do it. And that's it. They are World Series champions.
Congratulations to the champs. Game 7 of the World Series. Every player on both sides comes to the ballpark knowing that this is it. This team got it done. They've been a special club all year long, and it's fitting they win it all in a special series.
Welcome back on the show as we see some of the final moments and reactions in this World Series clinching game. And now let's go down on the field where they're set to present the Commissioner's Trophy to the World Series champs. Chris Singleton and our outstanding crew, I'm John Shelby. This has been the World Series on MLB The Show.